How does a hung jury impact a criminal case? Imagine sitting in a courtroom where a decision that could change someone's life hangs in the balance, yet the jury cannot reach a unanimous agreement. This situation, known as a hung jury, can significantly influence the course of a criminal case. When a jury cannot come to a consensus after thorough deliberation, it indicates that the evidence presented was either too ambiguous or too evenly balanced for a clear verdict. A hung jury typically results in a mistrial. This means that the case is declared invalid because the jury could not determine guilt or innocence beyond a reasonable doubt. The legal system recognizes that justice requires a definitive verdict, and when that cannot be achieved, a mistrial is declared to prevent an unjust outcome. Once a mistrial is declared, the prosecution has the option to retry the case with a new jury. This process involves starting the trial over from the beginning, which can be costly and time-consuming for all parties involved. The impact on the defendant can vary. If the case is retried and the jury reaches a verdict, the defendant may face a different outcome based on new evidence or different jury perceptions. However, if the prosecution chooses not to pursue a second trial, the charges against the defendant are effectively dropped, and they are released from legal jeopardy. This outcome can be seen as a benefit for the defendant, especially if the evidence was weak or the case was highly contentious. For the prosecution, a hung jury can be a setback, as it may suggest that the evidence was insufficient to convince all jurors of guilt. It can also influence future legal strategies, prompting prosecutors to gather more compelling evidence or refine their presentation. For the defense, a hung jury might be viewed as a partial victory, as it indicates that the jury was not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. In summary, a hung jury results in a mistrial, which can lead to a retrial or the dismissal of charges. It underscores the importance of clear, convincing evidence in criminal cases and highlights the complexities of achieving justice within the legal system.